Hey y'all, I realize it's been a minute since I made a YouTube video. As I keep saying, I'm gonna make more YouTube videos and then I don't. I just picked up Ruben from daycare and I want to talk about something. I really have been posting a lot more often on TikTok, so then I forget to kind of take a minute, 1 minute please, and expand on things on YouTube. So can you just be quiet for a minute, buddy? We're gonna go in a minute. I know, you want to see Mama. It's fine. Can you sit down? You're fine. Oh my goodness. The drama with this one. Just let me talk. And then we'll be done. Okay? Give me 2 minutes. So, lately I've been feeling really just downtrodden because surgery just feels like completely unattainable right now with how COVID has been. So when I had my consultation back in December with the gynecologist, she said, if it wasn't going to be for this COVID surge, I would add you in January. I could have been like completely recovered from hysterectomy and vaginectomy at this point if she could have put me into January, because it's a 6 to 8 week recovery. And I'd be at that point by now. And yeah, so obviously that didn't happen. And then they had a bunch of cancellations because of COVID, because of the surge that happened after the holidays, as predicted. And so, you know, because she's like, maybe I get you in for March, but she said she just didn't know. And time kept passing and I never heard back. And I called them at one point to check, and the guy was like, yeah, like, you're on our queue to call, but like, we're just wicked overwhelmed because of how many cancellations we're trying to, you know, catch up on. And eventually he did call me about a month ago, and they offered me April 20th, which I had to say no to because of work. I just can't afford to not work for May and June. Those are like two of my busiest months. And with how slow business has been this year, I just couldn't, I couldn't say yes. Everything's been really dead. Thankfully, Han has been working 2 part-time jobs, but otherwise we would have been, rubbing some pennies together to get by. So I just couldn't say yes to a middle of the summer surgery as much as I wanted to be done and get past that point. I was really hoping to do it this winter. So I asked them to call me and, more closer to like November, December, if they have dates then. And the guy just said he'd make a note to do that. So I'm thinking probably, January of 2023, if I can, which is about a year longer than I wanted to wait, because when I last talked to Dr. Citrullo, he said it would be like, I asked him like how far from that recovery until I could do the first stage with him, and he said like, I think he said 6 weeks or 8 weeks. It was a very short amount of time, maybe even 4 weeks. It was a short amount of time. I think it might have been somewhere between 4 and 6, I want to say. I can't remember. I'd have to look back at our appointment notes. But, so theoretically I could start staging by, let's say, like March of next year. But that's if he's scheduling that soon with his schedule. So then it just becomes a whole nother thing of like, is it going to be then another year from then, before I can even start the surgeries, which then are going to take a year. It just feels the end goal feels very far away, and that sucks, because it's like I still have like, let's say, a year before I even start the year-long process to get me to the end goal. That's just tiring. And like, I know, buddy, I agree. He's sitting down now. You're such a good boy letting me do a YouTube video. It just feels tiring. So, yeah, I just feel really downtrodden about it. And yeah, it just feels unattainable, and it's like, I know that like 15 years from now, like, this is going to be like such a short amount of time in my life, and it's not going to matter when I have the next, like, let's say 60 to 70 years in the body that feels comfortable to me. But right now it feels so fucking hard. And like, I just want to feel fully me, you know what I mean? And like I'm thinking about it all the time, and yeah, it's just frustrating to just keep waiting. And that's just kind of how the process is across the board. But I think COVID has even more delayed things, where like if there was no COVID, I could have had my hysterectomy already and been on the way to figuring out the rest of the staging. So anyway, it's just tiring to just keep waiting and feeling like my life is on pause on some level because I can't plan too far ahead, because it's like, you never know what can happen. And Hannah and I want to have our wedding in 2025 on our 5th year anniversary. Like, have the big wedding we were planning to have in 2020. I'm like, I hope I'm done with surgeries by then. That would be perfect if I am. To finally feel like me and have the wedding that we planned. And that would be perfect. So that's like my goal. By like fall 2025, be healed and have our wedding and just, yeah. So also I'm wearing this shirt, which is my Liam Speaks logo on it, which reminds me that I should make a video of all the other merch that I have available for sale. I make like $7 off a sale. I think this was $26 or something like that. So I make a small percentage of each sale. But just something I'm doing as a way to start saving money. So, yeah. I guess I should let Ruby go inside, huh, boo-boos? You want to go inside? He's ready. You want to go inside and see Han? You want to go have dinner? Yeah. So we're going to go. I hope you guys are having a good week, and we'll talk to you next time.